Just thinking about these stockholders, the various corporations that I'd like to compete against. Yeah. Why don't you give me their percentage of voting rights? Yes. See, I'm sure about this water. Yeah. And I'm giving you some incentive to want to manufacture water. Yes. So as to, well, really increase the water supply. Yeah. Now, as the individual that did want to manufacture 2 trillion gallons of fresh water a year, I'm thinking these incentives, yes, to produce green energy. Yeah. These steam generators really work, and a lot of people are saying, well, we just don't have the raw materials for them, but probably 85 to 90% of the actual raw materials necessary to manufacture them. Yeah. I can manufacture them out of junk cars. Yes. Out of garbage. Oh. This high temperature garbage using the autoclave and the HHO gas closed water system. Yes. Now, when you're producing steam at, well, 2 to 3,000 degrees. Yes. Yes. Manufacturing steam generators from 90% recycled product. Yes. hmm I think it's very green. Yes, it is. Now, it's not complicated. When you produce steam, and it goes through a cooling process. Yes, because I designed the turbines and everything. Yes, you did. hmm And you wanted that green electricity. As we look at the reserve electricity needs of each and every nation of the world, I was listening to a businessman that was on a board of 80% of the listed stocks in Taiwan. Yes. And his very great concern was that they had ran below the 6% reserve because somebody had forgot to buy the natural gas. When I heard that, I thought, no, you usually don't forget to buy that kind of a thing. When you really think about it, it'd be like running out of toilet paper, right? When you think about it, yes, it's one of those items that you always make sure that you have. Yes, it is. Something you think about when the roll is empty. Now, let's say, yes, that a large number of business persons like it that we have a reserve shortage of electricity. Yes. In their minds, there's a possibility of increasing the price of electricity for the electricity that they're selling. Yes. Causing brownouts or blackouts as Taiwan had experienced. Now, not to kind of degrade the individual that forgot to buy the natural gas. But I'm thinking whoever was producing the electricity when it got turned back on, yes, could have been gouging, as in price gouging. Now, let's say you had a 20% reserve. Those windmills in the ocean, Taiwan? Yes. I would think that if we had more than enough electricity, it would cause a price decline as the free market capitalism of competition would dictate the actual amount that you're paying for electricity. Now, I know he's sitting on a board, yes, and the guy forgot to buy the natural gas. No, somebody lined his pockets thinking, well, what if you just say that you forgot to buy it? Yes, we turned the electricity off of a few. Now these incentives. Oh. I know I'm shortchanging myself on the amount of electricity that I could be selling to you as a nation. But if we increase the reserves up to 20% for every nation of the world, yeah, would it cause a price decline because of the excess reserve that each and every nation has? Yes. That would mean that you could purchase your electricity at less cost than what you're currently purchasing it for. Now, the idea of putting these things in salt water, yes. My want was to manufacture fresh water, and your want was to have a green supply of electricity. And my want is to get the salt at high temperature to make the computer chips that would compete against the corporations that have stockholders that vote by proxy. Now, let's say I filed a few of those $100 billion monopolization lawsuits against major global corporations for obstructing the innovation of fresh water. Oh, gosh.